Yeah, it's Rocket Fist. Woo!
Viewers, welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity here with Rocket Fist Gaming. I am Imperial Ocelot, AJ, working with you to figure out what our little monk is going to be able to do. In the last episode, we got beaten up by these, well, first of all, we lost our teammate. Rip Kalisha. Secondly, we got lost trying to find a road, even though it was marked on our map. And then we came and fought some bandits and got our butts kicked. And then we went down trying to find a bear, found 3 lizard men, I think they are. Instead, fought them, beat them, said, if we can beat them, let's beat the bandit men. Beat them. Now we're here. We have a friend in Gilded Vale, or Veiled Gil, or whatever. So, yeah. And then I see a body up here, so I want to loot it. And then we'll continue either north or south. I'm guessing probably south. But, oh, hello, young wolf. All right. Oh, multiple young... Ah! This is an interesting choice. Alright, so there are 3 wolves here. And they took us about half health. Not bad.
Use some rest.
Could you? There you go. Major fatigue. I see. Well, we'll be able to rest soon, I'm sure. I think the next step is... Oh, hold on. Can I not get... How the heck do I get up there? Oh, but there's Buddy! And stuff! It's gotta be possible. Okay, fine, whatever. Here, head over here. I don't know about you viewers, but I am curious. Oh, there's nothing. Okay, ruins. Bandit camp. Sword camp. I beat that. Ruins. Like, is there like something you can enter, or like just like... I suppose I didn't even hit tab. Ah, hello. There we go. What are you? Oh, these aged walls appear to have once encircled this entire glade. Only a small fragment remains, and the stairs leading to the top of the structure have crumbled away. Scale the wall. Find a handhold upon one of the large stones and start to pull yourself up, but the uneven bricks and old angle of ascent make the climb difficult, and after a short distance your arm begin to burn fiercely. You are forced to drop back down to the ground. Examine it more closely. The heavy bricks are slick with moss, presenting a hindrance to climbing, but the stones themselves seem sturdy enough. Given the right tools, one might reach easily to the top. I see, and I don't have the right tools. Maybe I missed something in the bandit camp? I don't think so. Anything in the bandit camp? You look at that, there's some stuff. Food. Oh, hello. Hello. What are you? You're a wand. Well, I will keep you just in case. And what about this? Tent is empty. Prepare stained cots and the stink of unwashed bandits. Well, darn. It's a nice thought. Alright, so I am extremely fatigued. Yeah, major fatigue. So let's just move along here. I'm sure we can come back. Oh, this way. Gilded Vale. You take 8 hours to complete your journey from Vale Wood to Gilded Vale. Sure, whatever. Alright. So, impressions of the game so far. I don't mind it. The graphics are not horrible, you know. Which, whether you agree with me or not, graphics is always a big thing for me. Oh, here we go. A lot of people hanging from a tree right there. What do we got here?
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
Do you welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is the buzzing of flies from the trees.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
Not that I'm aware of. Sired.
And an important one nevertheless. Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
Is the special place the tree behind you?
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
I feel like if I tell him I've been feeling strange, I'm gonna be attacked. Because this man literally was just talking about like, oh, we're not gonna let like curses and stuff with that. Really? Those are my options, huh? You said something about Hollowborn and Widewind's legacy before. Man, I just want to get out of here. I forgot that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Drywood for almost 15 years now. Children born without souls. Pitiful, dumb things that breathe barely but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease, some say they are punishment from the gods. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name Widewind's legacy struck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. I see. Lord Redric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interest at heart. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. I guess I can tell them about the ceremony. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. You'll want to mind where you mention that. Trespassing on Egwithan's ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Barath have mercy, we certainly have. Just as they finished, there was a bivouac? It was before they finished. Like I said, it's best to stay away from those sorts of places. Oh, come on. I have to tell him I'm not feeling well? I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a bivouac. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
A bit of an oxymoron, though. I mean, a bad cure would suggest that it's still curing you. And if it is curing you, is it worse than not curing you?
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit.
Editing!
My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Okay. I didn't even want to tell you. The game made me tell you.
Keep out of...
Oh, what now? This one
Listen.
go in. Oh, the child has been born.
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
Oh, boy.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? Uh-huh. What do you mean, what happened? He literally just told me... Oh, whatever. What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. Oh my gosh. So what happened? I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but this is not your concern. I'm aware of that. Why am I not allowed to pick? Just, like, leave. I'm done talking to this man. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? It can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest, the inn or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Man, this whole discussion has felt like they were trying to, like, get me stuck into, like, getting into a fight with this guy. This dude, I don't have a problem with this dude, okay? He's just doing what he's been told to do. I'm just wandering through. I'm not gonna judge him. Farewell. Oh, he does sound like a bit of a jerk. This looks like an inn here, doesn't it? Oh, hold on. Black Hammer Smithery, Windmill, Pink Road's house, Offer's house. Ah, Blackhound Inn. Whoops. Wrong way. Oh, hello. Who are you? Villager. Oh, that means you got nothing important to say. If they can't even give you a name, they got nothing for you. Alright, I'll head down here for the inn. Because I am majorly fatigued. Well, you thought wrong, buddy. And then I told her, that's not the pistol. Ho 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 ho! You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and his stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
No, I'm not getting involved. I don't care. You've got a lot of gall mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners, especially not Adrians.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Maybe? I don't know. I feel like one of those was a...
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
Barrel-licking tongue. Don't like it.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
What is this? This guy like dual personality or something?
That's where you're wrong.
Oh, I don't get to stay silent on this one, huh? Oh, good. I can stay out of this one. Oh, come on! What is this nonsense? At no point did I ask for any of this. And I'm gonna get in so much trouble. As the last of the attackers falls, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth
Not
face.
quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that.
Don't give me this.
Situation.
No. There was no assistance. I was forced into this.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
I mean, I would suggest my appearance also gives you that. He straightens his hood and you note the remains of frayed embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with dirt, but the leatherwork beneath is sturdy and fine. Of course, because elves, right? Elves always make things
I
awesome.
suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
Really? Man, I can be a dude? Alright, I don't care. I just want to get to the inn. Something of a long story. Good.
I'm
don't
a wizard
care.
by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
Dude, I am major fatigued. Let me go to sleep.
And
We can talk in the
how
morning.
exactly did you come to be here?
Traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some
In
ruins.
Griffin Ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A bivouac. Yeah, you know what? I mean, that one would be what I would go for, but this game's gonna force me to do whatever they want anyway, so bivouac.
And you survived?
Of course I survived.
I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Sure.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Well, I got good news for you, buddy. We're going to the inn you were just mocking. What's this? Money. Alright. You know, I appreciated the freedom they had, but then all of a sudden they're just all like, nah, fam, nah. Sticky with spills, no one has bothered to clean. Yeah, that's kind of what the elf dude said. Okay.
Sure.
Good day to
Oscar.
you.
Oh, it's you. Tenfrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. Can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen, so what would you like? Room. Use some reliable help. You know, if anyone looking for work. Like to know more about the Black Count. See what you have for sale. Farewell. Room, please. Certainly, you're always welcome. Inns allow characters to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider the more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party. Very nice. Now, I have 263. Lasts for 2 rests. Perception and mechanics. Let's go for the laborer's rest. Yes. Oh. Cutscene. A dream. It's a dream. Let's get this off the screen. Oh. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken. It's typically how you wake up, yeah. And find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree. The creaking of its ropes grow louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts. In the gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face and thick droplets in your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Okay. Now, if I open up map, I don't need to explore anything, yeah? Okay. I am curious as to what you got, lady.
How do you do?
What do you have for sale? I'm sure you can find something to your liking. We have the finest cook in Darwood. Okay, so food. You have food. And camping supplies. Camping supplies are 63. That is good to know. Okay, so can I sell stuff here? I can trade. Ooh. Recruit adventurers, rooms, store, retrain character, party management. No companionship, accept. How about recruit adventurers? Level 1 adventurer. I don't have the coin. You are something that can be sold, you know? Alright. From the party management screen, you can see what your yeah. No, I get what a party management screen is for. Hello, what's this? Alright, it's just money. Yeah. Party stash. Can I can sell stuff from my stash? Ooh. That is good to know. I can put stuff in my stash too, right? That is not bad. Okay, I am growing fairly fond of the what I'm finding here. Oh, you've got a cape. Okay. Alright. Keep you in my memory. Wonder if there's a hotkey for putting it just in there. Quick items. There's 2 lore. Okay, so as much as I would like to explore around here, I'll probably do that after I end the recording. So let's pop into the journal. Find the dwarf woman from your dream. Okay. This is done though, right? Like, yeah. It's gray. Gray. So if it's black, I still have to do it. Gilded Vale. Alright. I mean, that means I've only got one thing to do. See if we can find the dwarf woman. These guys respawn, or?
Yeah.
Alright. Rich is a twine and bead of thing. Yeah, but okay. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out to the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so. She smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
How are you able to speak to me? I never understand something that's I think I survived a bear act. Do you know why that would be? I know something about you. I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there.
She nods.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them. Know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Yeah. What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I think I survived a bivouac. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Did souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you?
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Had other questions.
Of course, dear.
I've asked you all of these. Farewell. Thank you for your help.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Aldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Crucible of the Soul. You alright? You seemed lost just now. Yes, I'm fine. It's good to know, but I don't suppose you could tell me what that was all about. Oh, I do tell him, huh? I'm a watcher. Well, that is interesting. And I expect that explains how you survived a bivouac, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about watchers? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. And viewers, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you enjoy this series and this episode. And as always, viewers, we will catch you on the flip side.